Hello there, welcome to this edition of Behind the Story with Business Today. Everybody loves startups, and I'm sure at some point you will also want to start a startup. And we have an expert here with us on startups. We're doing a story in the magazine which is on how foreign funds are pouring in money into Indian startups, especially the e-commerce companies. You must have heard about it, it's been there in the media all over. The billions of dollars coming into the likes of Flipkart and Snapdeal, Amazon pumping in a lot of money. Then the companies such as SoftBank and others are putting in a lot of money in e-commerce startups. So I have assistant editor Taslima Khan with me. She has done a story in the 15th February issue, which is yet to hit the stands, on this aspect. And we'll check with Taslima why she has done the story and what she has found.
Hi Alokesh, I think I completely agree with you. In fact, the year which has just gone by, 2014, we saw that startups were in the news and they made headlines, unlike any other year before. So I think they've been trailblazers in terms of raising $1 billion plus in terms of funding. And as far as e-commerce is concerned, I think all the global investors, ranging from New York-based Tiger Global to DST Global, which has been started by Russian billionaire Yuri Milner. All these funds, they've been chasing e-commerce opportunities elsewhere in the world, and they don't want to miss out on the India opportunity. So I think good times for Indian startups, especially in the e-commerce space. And why I thought the story is very timely at this point of time, because even for investors this is the perfect time, because as we know, India is just 5 to 7 years behind China. So the story has a lot of detailed information on why is it that all these big ticket deals have been dominated by foreign funds. On the other hand, why have Indian VCs, which used to be early backers of companies like Flipkart, if you look at Accel Partners, which has been one of the earliest investors in Flipkart, or Kalari, which has been one of the earliest investors in Snapdeal, why are they constrained because of their fund sizes to participate in these big ticket deals? Even Indian PE funds, for that matter, if you look at the ones like Multiples or Kotak Private Equity, why have they stayed away from big ticket e-commerce investments? So have they missed out on the e-commerce opportunity in India? India, as everyone knows, is 5 to 7 years behind the Chinese e-commerce boom. So investors clearly don't want to miss on that opportunity.
Yes, that's a very good point. Actually, why are Indian funds not investing as much? Or maybe they are. Are we missing something? Are Indian funds really investing in e-commerce startups here?
Well, I would say as far as venture funds are concerned, they have been very actively, they have invested very actively in a portfolio of e-commerce startups. So if you look at all these, the most active funds, Helion, Accel, Kalari, SAF Partners, they have a portfolio of e-commerce startups. I mean, every fund is invested in 3 or 4 e-commerce companies, right?
That's
companies
good.
that are competing for funds. But if you look at the India-born PE funds, most of them, I would say, have stayed away from e-commerce investments. And now, since if you look at the market leaders, Snapdeal and Flipkart, their fund requirements as well as the valuations that they are commanding has gone way beyond what our India-based funds are comfortable with.
Okay. I think we are giving away too much, so maybe we'll just end it quickly and just tell us why, 2 reasons why our readers should really read this story.
So 2 good reasons why a reader should be interested in reading this story. Number 1 is because you get to know everything about big ticket deals that have happened in e-commerce so far. Number 2, you get to know the modalities on how such deals are being worked out, by funds which do not even have an India office. Number 3, I'll give you a 3rd reason, in fact, which is that Indian startups grabbing the biggest deals and sky-high valuations. What does it mean for the startup community in India as a whole? And you'll get a lot of meat in the story to read about.
Great. So that's a lot of good stuff in one story. You'll agree with me. And if you are a startup, or if you're planning to be a startup, if you're planning to start a startup, you really must read this story. You'll get to know, at the very least, who you should approach for your funds. So read the story in the 15th February issue of Business Today. Thank you very much.